Just finished watching Sankarea episode 9, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure what to think of this episode. I'm disappointed that this episode does not continue where the last episode left off, because this episode's about Marrow, but at the same time I also kinda like that it's about Marrow, because we never really get much of her, and this is kind of a interesting change of pace. That, and I actually kinda like the humor this episode had, that we get to know a little bit about Marrow's friends. Plus, this episode explores a different side of Marrow that the exterior does not seem to let up. Now, the whole highlight for me is, we got Marrow and her friends. They are talking about, whether or not zombies are real, and they have these stories, and one of them, thinks that their art teacher, is a zombie and has a zombie, child or whatever. But in actuality, she just has a pet crocodile and is just feeding raw meat to. Unexpected twist, and a really amusing one, I will admit. Then you have this other story, which pretty much ends with a delicious bowl of ramen. Ramen! Tonkotsu ramen, as Marrow identifies. But of course, we all know that Marrow does live with an actual zombie. And of course, her friends don't believe that she's actually living with a zombie. So yeah, you got that, but there's also another thing that I kinda liked, and it could hint at something, I don't know. This episode mentions Chihiro and Marrow's mother, whom Marrow doesn't really remember much of, but apparently she took care of Marrow at one point, and she's like dead now. But here's the thing, we have this whole thing about Rhea reminding Marrow of her mother, which was kinda, something.
Mama. Mama.
I did kind of feel from that, which kinda got me thinking, like, was Chihiro and Marrow's mother a zombie or something? I mean, she had these bandages, and according to Marrow, her hands were like cold and stuff, so could she have been a zombie? I don't know. But although we have all that stuff, which does interest me, overall, I'm just not feeling for this episode, mainly because I feel this is just filler. It's interesting and all to have all of this, but I really want to know what's gonna happen next. It's cool to explore Marrow's character, but now I just want the next episode to be good, really good. What mess is Chihiro gonna be in? And this episode is mixed. I have mixed feelings for this episode overall. I mean, it was kind of interesting and all, but filler again? Really?